Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about mindset and mentality and why it's super important to have a good mindset throughout Fortnite or whatever game you're playing, but obviously it's going to be a little bit geared towards Fortnite because that is my channel. I got this video inspiration because I saw Young Calc talk about it in Fortnite Reddit and on Twitter, and I thought I'd just kind of give my opinions on how to have a good mentality and why it's just so important to have in Fortnite, especially if you're looking to go pro or looking to just become a better player overall. It's super important to have a strong and confident mentality. So in today's video, we're going to be going over that. If you're looking forward to this video, make sure you slap a like button on it, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, use creator code WraithFN in the item shop, and let's get right into the video. So for the first step to having a really good mentality and mindset is you have to have confidence. If you're not confident in your ability of being able to win a fight, or every single time you hop in a game or hop into a fight, you're just thinking about how you haven't warmed up enough, or your mechanics might not be as good as they were yesterday, or you're not feeling that good, or I don't know, you feel like you're going to miss your shot, or you're nervous of missing your shot, you're not going to do that good. Like, it doesn't matter how good of a player you actually are. If you're not confident when you go in a fight and you just think in the back of your mind that you're going to lose, or you're nervous of losing or something like that, well then obviously you're not going to be able to perform as good as you normally would as comparable to someone who has a lot of confidence. I talked about this in the previous video about pro players, basically what's the difference between pro players and yourself or the average player, and the main key from that was their confidence. Pro players are just so confident will go into a fight that every single time they hop in a box or they're about to take their wall, they trust in their ability to hit that shot, hit that 150 damage pump, or hit that 200 damage pump, or make sure all their SMG bullets, make sure they hit their body, or whatever the case is, right? They're confident in their ability to perform, do well, and if you don't have that confidence, you're just not going to perform to where you need to be winning all of your fights, winning the games, or doing whatever the case is. If you're going into a game and you're just like, whatever, you're just like, okay, like I've warmed up a little bit, I guess I'll just kind of see how it goes, right? Probably not the best mentality to have. You need to go into the game being like, I'm literally going to win this game with 5, 6, 7 kills easily. So now I'm moving to my next tip, and this is kind of a little bit counterintuitive, but it's one thing to be confident in your ability, and Young Kelp talked about this quite a bit in his Reddit post, but it's another thing to be overconfident, right? So if you're just thinking that like you can do stupid plays and get away with it, like if you're at 80 HP and you just jump into someone's box, or if there's like 2 people there and you just think if you spam into someone's box, or if you take the wall and not even worry about the top kid, that you're going to be fine and you're just going to kill everyone, that's not going to work well either, right? So it's super important that to be confident, you don't you're not overconfident, right? Like, you're still thinking when you're fighting. You're not just going into a fight with like not thinking at all, because if you are, well then it's going to be the same thing as if you're underconfident. You're not going to perform. You're going to be making boneheaded mistakes that you shouldn't be making, like a bad push or something like that, which will lead you to a lot of trouble. Some people are just so confident in their ability, which, like I said, confidence is key, but they'll be at 70 HP with like off spawn with a pistol or an AR and just W key the person they hear next to them. Probably not the right play, right? Like, it's one thing to be confident, but it's another thing to be overconfident. Instead of W-keying someone at 60 HP, maybe leave the fight and wear it and just go find some shield or go find a shotgun or whatever the case is, right? Like, there's one thing being confident, and then there's a completely another thing being overconfident. Now, the next thing that's super important is you have to learn how to remain calm in specific scenarios. So many people, and this used to be myself quite a bit, I've worked on it a lot recently and I've gotten a lot better at it, is in tight scenarios, whether it's a 1v1 or you're low HP or it's endgame or you're like 10 points from qualifying and you know that you need 10 points to qualify, your hands start to get a little bit shaky, or you start to like not breathe, or you just start to kind of collapse and just not do well, and then you're all nervous and everything like that, right? And if you really want to make it to the best level you possibly can, or start playing better, you can't be nervous. You can't be like shaking, you can't be nervous. You got to be calm, whether it's in an end game, whether you're 5 points from qualifying for the next World Cup. Obviously it's a little bit easier said than done, but remaining calm is just so important to having a good mentality and having a good mindset, because if you don't remain calm, like I said, you're just going to be missing shots, you're going to be missing edits, you're going to be making bad plays, you might play a little bit more passive instead of aggressive when you need to be. Like, it's just so important that you figure out how to remain calm. And I've made tons of videos before on this, but like the main point and the main takeaway is you need to put yourself in the scenario more often. So what is it that you get a little bit nervous for? Is it end games? Well, then you need to play more customs, work on your end games, and the more you put yourself in that scenario, the more comfortable you're going to feel. Is it whenever you hop in a tournament or cash cup, you feel a little bit nervous? Well, then every single time, make sure you're playing the cash cups when they're available, whether it's solos, whether it's duos, every single FNCS, make sure you're playing. Play customs, those will help as well, just every single tournament. Do you get nervous when you simply are off hot drop and you only have an AR, an SMG, and 50 shield? Well, then do that. Like, go into what's it called, an arena game or something like that, and just practice fighting off spawn. Do you get nervous while you're 1v1ing? Go into creative and 1v1 a bunch of people through Discord, and then go into an arena and start W-keying everyone and 1v1ing them. Putting yourself in that scenario more will kind of get your nerves out, make you a little bit more calm the next time you find yourself in that scenario, because you've done it before. You know what to do, you know what went wrong, or you know what went right, and then you can do it and accomplish what you're trying to do. And a super key point for your mindset is being able to play at like a confident state and calm state, and you can't be doing that if you're tilting. So I've talked about this previously in a couple of videos, but if you tilt, you're throwing away basically your entire tournament, or you're throwing away your basically sometimes even your day of grinding arena or grinding to get better. If you're just focused on what you did wrong the last game, or you're missing your shots, or you're missing your edits, how are you supposed to improve? How are you supposed to get better? How are you supposed to perform, right? So you need to learn that if you start to tilt, if things start to go wrong and you're starting to do bad, like you die off spawn 6 games in a row, or you're starting to miss your shots, like every single fight you're just missing your shots, and you just keep getting frustrated, you start hot dropping, you just keep doing it over and over and over again, and you just continuously keep missing your shots, keep dying off spawn, well then how are you supposed to improve, right? You're so busy thinking about what you're doing wrong, what's going wrong, how for some reason today you're not playing good, that how are you supposed to improve overall, right? So having a good mindset with confidence is remaining calm is super important, but all of that goes out the window the second you start tilting. So I've made videos on tilting before, but if you start tilting, you need to do a couple things, whether it's go outside, take like a 20-minute break. If it's during a tournament, even get up out of your chair and like go on your phone for a bit, or just pace around your room, or whatever the case is. Think about it for like 10 seconds, realize what you did wrong. Okay, I made a bad edit here. Oh, I missed my shot. Move on. Especially if you're in a tournament, if you're just like dwelling on what you did in the last game and what caused you to die, when you're even landing in the next game, well then obviously you're not going to be as good and as good as you could be, right? So you need to be thinking when you go into the next game about the current game that you're playing, not about the previous game, not about how you died 3 games ago and you should have won that game. No, you need to be thinking about the current game. So you got to stop tilting, and trust me, your mindset will improve so much. Now my next tip is you need to be talking and playing with people who are trying to help you improve, who are trying to help you become a better player, and who are actually helping your mindset. I've played with plenty of people throughout my 2 years of Fortnite, especially with gaming in general, like through CODs, BO3, Call of Duty Ghost, all those type of games, and there's a huge difference between playing with people who are positive and playing with people who are negative. Negative people are literally just like an anchor weighing you down, especially your mindset overall. If every single time you are playing with them, or you're in a call with them in a cash cup or just duos or whatever, and they're just complaining and complaining about different things, whether it's aim assist, whether it's, I don't know, they're missing their shots, or the game's unfair, they're not getting RNG, well then it's subconsciously going to be in your mind that the game's bad, that there's things wrong with the game. And I'm not saying there's things not wrong with the game, obviously there is, but if you're just consistently getting told that the game's out of your control and it's not your fault when you're dying, blaming on other things, don't blame it on yourself, well then how are you supposed to improve as a player? How are you supposed to have a good mindset, right? So what you need to do is find people who surround yourself with, who are positive, realize what it takes to improve, want to grind, put the time in, and that'll help your mindset to become way more positive and actually want to grind. If you're playing with kids who are just complaining every single game, every single time they hop on, well then how is your mindset supposed to improve and be positive if every single time you're just hearing negative thoughts, you're hearing negative things about the game and why they keep dying? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you slap a like button on it, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, use creator code WraithFN in the item shop, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace it.